Hey guys, I am NBC Versal fan. So I haven't make rants for a long time. That's because of I was working on the NBC Versal fan movie. So that's why I haven't made a single rant. And I finally made one. So exactly. Okay. I'm going to talk about the Uberduck website after they wiped all of the voices off. Okay, let's go talk about the downfall of Uberduck. So Uberduck was a website where you can generate characters' voices until July 22nd, which is 2 days ago. They entirely wiped off the voices. And now you're limited to these non-copyrighted voices. So right then there was many reaction videos of them made after the closure of it, after the voice was deleted. We're gonna make some mashup of those reaction videos. Maybe that well first I'm going to record many of them, which takes some days to finish this mix. So exactly. So that's why we're gonna talk about how Uberduck looks now. Sometime in 2021, that website opened, and on there was many voices added, with the new voices being added per month until they recently deleted every voice. So, which means now that website is useless. So now that website has been useless without only if you accepted your voice, only if you had a voice, had uploaded your voice to the website, then it'll work and you can use it. So we can no longer type in voices. We have options. You can just input the age of the input age, the mood, etc., and the gender as well, and their accent. They're so limited, which makes those voices useless without any uploading voices. Only if you won't able use them anymore unless you had you had upload your own voice prior to it. So we're gonna see how it looks like now. So we're gonna take some look at the website after its ultimate wipe down. So let's go to that website. So there's these voices. Okay, let's go explain some more. All you can do is access public or private or all style, accent, gender, agent, mood. So, exactly, all you can use is these voices with pages out of them, with 6 pages of voices you can use. And even newer users will hate it. Website. And everybody, so they exactly removed Uberduck voices. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's just. I don't think there's a Wikipedia page. So exactly. Okay, there's many. There's after this. There was many reaction videos, but I there's a video where you can bring the old feel of that website. Luckily, there's a video. You can bring those voices back. You can bring the older website. Luckily, there's a way to access the old website itself. And here's a tutorial video. But I have the good news, guys. Luckily, there's a video of how to bring that old website back, the old interface. So the old interface was you can enter any voice. But since July 21st, they entirely wiped off the voices. They got wiped off the website. But you can use that compared to the current one. So you can use this. But which means you can do those. Here's here's that website. This is what that website looked like before its revamp, before July 21. And here's the website after July 21. So no more that there's so the reason why that happened is because of copyright infringement. So if so, the website might get removed. So that's possibly because of copyright infringement. This is, but luckily you can access to this website. You can access to that website. So to go to the old version, you have to text to voice or something to go to. So in order to go to the old website, to go to that website, the old one, in order to go to the old website. So to go old website, the old one. So you have to go to this. So for you have to go to that video and click that link. But in order to use it, you have to use Requestly. So you can use this website to bring the old website after many of its voices were wiped off completely. So, yeah. So, here's the example. But you can access to anything. The website entirely works. They work. The older website works entirely. And you can access it with Requestly. So you can use that website with Requestly. So you have to use this Requestly. So Requestly brings the older website, the older version of that website. So exactly, they work fine. They function like the old website, luckily. Anyways, I'll give you some link to Requestly to bring the classic version to make you get redirected to the old website. So luckily you can do this. So I'll give you some sort of link. So here's the new website. If you're in the vertical format, they'll look like this. And a button to click use this voice, which brings you to this. So exactly, all you can do is download. and you can no longer save publicly compared to the old one. I felt I felt very good. So you can access to this old website, which means you can do anything, which means you can, in case, use this version to bring the website. So to use this, you'll basically have to use Requestly, which will redirect you to the old website, which using these will take you to the old website. So yeah, exactly, here's that website. And you can download one. This works perfectly fine. They worked fine. I really remember using that website to generate speech. Exactly. It was used to be fun to use that website to generate voices. It was fun. What? But so, if so, there's many reaction videos of how they felt when the voices were wiped out completely. So let's go search up some sort of reactions. That was a bad decision to remove all of those voices. Probably then I might move on to fake you. But if they dare to do so, then I might move to fake you. I might go to fake you. So they'll I'll probably make I'll go to fake you probably. They made a bad decision. What a bad decision to make. So exactly. So let's go date today. Exactly, they removed. That's a big bad decision to make. So exactly. But but you'll but if but I have a good news, everybody. I found a video how to bring the Uberduck website back. So you have to use Requestly to redirect you so they can redirect you to the old website, the older version of that website. should take you to the old website. Luckily. So, so I'll take the link to the video. So I'll give you the link to the video. I'll give you the link to the video so you can watch that video. I'll take this link will take you so 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 the link will take you to this video. So this link so this link will take you to the video. So I'll post that link in the description. I'll put it in the description. I'll put that video in the description. So this link will very take you to the video itself. So I'll get the link. Here you go. So you'll able go to that video. So so you'll able get to use it to bring the videos back. Mm. So that's a big good news for you. So that will be a good news to hear. So exactly. So we're gonna read how it happened, the incident. Unlike July 21, they removed, they clicked, deleted off those videos. So let's go read that thing. So that's gonna be about it. So the reason why the voices got deleted off the website is because that's because of that they might face a lawsuit if they don't. That's possibly because of copyright. So but luckily you can click on this link to the video I found. So I might find a different website. We're gonna read that. On July 21, 2023, Uberduck AL removed as user posted voice models to prevent lawsuits, such as voice artists, celebrities, singers, and so on. We're demanding to remove the voice models and be blacklisted. Also, copyright holders had complained. Fakey was also faking, also facing issues as well, though some voice models are still here. Exactly. That's what it happened. So, but that's the end of that website and possibly the future of that website. So, in the future, yeah, in the future, they might add some new voices. So, that's because users had put the voices into the blacklist. So, that's because that's because users posted their put their requested the voice models to be blacklisted. So that's how it happened. I'll explain how this happened. That incident. Mommy, what's up? Okay, time to explain how this incident happened. So on July 21, 2023, users requested voice models to remove to prevent them. So there's possibly a way to this day somebody will find a way to they'll find a way to see the future of its website. Not only the website did this, but FAQ faced issues as well. But but they now but they still have those voices. Exactly. So let's go see that. Exactly. So since then, they can say that that website was one of those former voices who generate voices. Its competitors fake you. So then, fake you still have those voices. So you can still be used. But but they might but it might happen to fake you as well. But I would say that it might happen to it. I'm I more that it would happen to fake you as well. But they might happen to fake you as well. So it might happen. So the Uberduck website is useless unless you have used Requestly. Unless you used Requestly, you won't able to use that website. Exactly. So then, right then, yeah. Mhm. Okay, we're gonna do so. So, okay. Right then. So, I'll already explain the swearing round. I'll do same how often it is. So, it might drag on a while. So, okay. Let's go explain some more. Mhm. So, right then, on July 21, users requested their voices to be removed, possibly to avoid copyright infringement. So they they posted their voice models into the blacklist and put their voice into a blacklist. Exactly. Right then. many users put up their voices into the blacklist. So then, they put up their user voices they have made in past. So that's how it happened. A lot of users requested their voice to go in the blacklist. And so and where to save. So that is what the old website looked like. That's exactly. So then, so right then, so okay, let's go explain how it happened. Mm, So all those removed those voices and they put this blacklist. And here's the list of blacklist. So they requested did this. Exactly. Here's that list of those blacklists, those voices that were blacklisted. So that's because of copyright infringement. So that's why these voices were removed because of copyright. So that's then. But Fake You or 15 still has these voices. So some copyrighted infringement. But it's still on Fake You though. So right then. So here's those list of voices that got blacklisted. So that's then people requested for their voices to be removed. And they requested the voices models to get removed. Here's the classic one. Here's the classic website. Here's that classic one. That's before July 21. And here's the website after July 21. Some days voices got free. Right then. So they requested those voices to get removed. Right then. The reason why is because they requested them to remove them. They a lot requested these websites. And some of these voices got free, were made free. And some of the premium voices got free, became free to use. Here's these voices that got blacklisted. And that's why it happened. So then, we're gonna say goodbye to these voices. Unless you access the classic website. Here's this. The many users requested for their voice models to get removed. There's a list of those voices that were requested to be deleted. And that's because of copyright infringement. Here's most of those voices got deleted from the website because of copyright infringement. So, for example, these voices for the characters like Snow White were owned by Disney, while Whoopsie and Rocco were owned by Nickelodeon. Hasbro has My Little Pony, etc. So that's because of copyright infringement that will no longer be used, that cannot be used anymore. That's it. So these voices were no longer available. They're no longer available, I guarantee. They're no longer able to be used. That's then these voices weren't longer be used in these voices. That's why they removed them, because copyright infringement. So exactly got replaced by some voices. That's these voices that weren't allowed on Uberduck. So then we're gonna say goodbye to these voices I used. all these voices got removed. Every single voice is no longer available to use. And the voices like Bertie got free. It's no longer required premium to use. Exactly. So then, let's go take a look how. So I already explained it, how it got removed. But I'll show you the list. I'm going to get you the list. There'll be a list for them. So exactly these possible reasons. We're gonna put some of the voices. So exactly. And possibly the reasons how it happened. Let's go explain some more. So on so prior that date, users requested those voices to get removed. That's when they remove any of the voices. So with that copyright infringement. But luckily some fake you voices were available. But many of the fake you voices were available in fake you. Exactly. Anyways, here's these list of voices you can't use. They can't be used. So here it is. And here's the image of the Discord server. That's then. Right then. That's then. Here's that removed voices. Some more voices were removed. and that voice is no longer available. Here's the link to the classic. And here's that done. Here's these characters that weren't available anymore. So here's that. So in this case, in that case, you'll know that so exactly. That was the possible reasons how it got removed. So here's these voices. So then, okay, we're gonna talk about some cease and desist. So cease and desist letter is type of letter sent to a person who used their characters, the copyright owner who owns characters that is sent to the person. But Fake You have still has some voices. But but luckily I found a classic website. There's a classic website. And here's the classic app, the classic website. You can go to that website right now. So right now you can go to that website and able to do so. Let's go talk about some cease and desist. Here's the classic website itself. And you can still use that website. You can still use that classic. So here's those flood of comments of those users in the community being sad that these voices got removed. They're sad. Here's them being upset about the voices got removed being upset over the fact. And here's those comments of people being upset over their favorite voices getting removed. So then, hmm, so there we go. Well, you can use Requestly to get the older website. Here's the classic version. But here's the classic version. There's a classic version you can access using Requestly. Well, if you didn't know that, Requestly is a website where you can turn them into a classic and feel the same thing it was long ago. That's because the people request them. So that was because they request them to be removed. So you're gonna say goodbye to those things. Well, that's then. So yeah, they're gone, and they'll never able to see the future without it. Anyways, let's go. We should read those copyright infringement. Yep, there's Fakie removed some voices as well. That was because of copyright. So you're right, no more there. Yep, you're right, no more Uberduck voices anymore. No more Uberduck. Unless you have archived it. We should start reading the copyright article, I think. Copyright infringement, at times referred as piracy. Piracy is the use of works protected by the copyright without permission for usage where such permission is required, thereby infringing certain exclusive rights granted to a copyright holder, such as the right to reproduce, distribute, display, or perform the protected work or to make different works. The copyright holder is typically works creator or publisher, or other business to whom copyright has been assigned. Copyright holders routinely invoke illegal technical measures to prevent and penalize copyright infringement. Copyright infringement disputes are usually resolved through direct negotiation, a notice and takedown process, or litigation in civil court. Outrageous or large-scale commercial infringement, especially when it involves counterfeiting, sometimes prosecuted via the criminal justice system. Shifting public expectations, advances in digital technology, and the increasing reach of internet have led to such widespread anomalous infringement that copyright independent trustees now focus less on pursuing individuals who seek and share copyright protected content online, and more expanding on copyright law to recognize and penalize as indirect infringers the service providers and software distributors who are said to facilitate and encourage individual acts of infringement by others. Estimates of actual economic impact of copyright infringement may vary widely and depend on other factors. Nevertheless, copyright holders, industry representatives, and legislators have long characterized copyright infringement as piracy or theft thief language, which some U.S. courts now regard as protective or otherwise contentious. So copyright infringement made the voices got deleted. So the terms piracy and theft are often associated with copyright infringement. The original meaning of piracy is robbery or illegal violence at sea, but the term has been used for centuries as synonym for copyright infringement. Theft, meanwhile, emphasizes the potential harm of infringement to copyright holders. However, copyright is a type of intellectual property, an area of law district from the which covers robbery or theft. Offenses is related to tangible property. Not all copyright infringements result in commercial loss. And U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 1985 that the infringement does easily equate with theft. Just take it further in the case MPAA v. Hot File, where Judge Kane and Williams guaranteed a motion to deny usage of words whose appearance was primarily protective. This list includes the word piracy, the use of which motion by defenses stated no curt purposes misguide and inflict injury. Piracy. The term piracy has been used to refer to authorized copying, distribution, and setting of the works in copyright. The first use of piracy itself to describe unauthorized publishing of books dates back to at least 1736, as attested to Nathan Bailey's 1936 dictionary. and Versailles English Dictionary. The practice labeling infringement exclusive rights in creative works as predatory copyright law prior to the Statute of Anne in 1710. The Stationers' Company of London in 1557 received a royal charter giving the company monopoly on publication of and asking it enforcing the charter. Article 61 of 1994 Agreement on Trade-related aspects of property rights, which requires criminal procedures and penalties in cases of willful trademark counterfeiting or copyright piracy on a commercial scale. Piracy traditionally refers to acts of copyright infringement and intentionally committed for financial gain. Though more recently, copyright holders described online copyright infringement in practically relation to peer-to-peer file sharing networks such as piracy. Richard Stillman at the GNU Project criticizes the use of piracy in situations, saying that publishers use the word to copying, referring as they approve of name publishers imply that's equivalent to attacking ships on high seas, kidnapping, and murdering people. High seas, kidnapping and murdering people on them. Copyright holders frequently refer to copyright infringement as theft. Although there's such misuse has been rejected by legislators and courts. The slogan "piracy as theft" was used beginning in the 1980s and was still being used. Copyright law infringement does not refer to theft of physical objects that take away the owner's possession, but an instance where a person exercises one of the exclusive rights of the copyright holder without authorization. Courts have distinguished between copyright infringement and theft. For instance, the United States Supreme Court held in Dowling versus United States 1985 that bootleg poem chords do not constitute stolen property instead. The court said in the case of copyright infringement, the province guaranteed to the copyright holder by the copyright law. The exclusive certain rights is invaded, but no control, physical or otherwise, taken over copyright, nor is copyright holder wholly deprived of using copyright work or exercising the exclusive rights held. The term freebooting has been used to authorize copying of online media, particularly videos into websites such as Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. The word itself has been used since the 16th century, referring to pirates and meant to looting and plundering. This form of word, a pronoun of freeloading and bootlegging, was suggested by YouTube and podcaster Brady Aaron in the podcast Hello Internet. Aaron advocated in the term of intent finding threes more emotive than copyright infringement, yet more appropriate than theft. Some of the motives for engaging in copyright infringement are following: pricing. Unwilling or paid the price requested by illegitimate sellers. Testing and evaluation. Try before paying for what may be a bad viable. Unavailability. No illegitimate sellers providing the product in language or country of the end user. Yet not yet launched there. Already withdrawn from sales. Never be sold there. Geographical restrictions on online distribution. International shipping. Usefulness. The illegitimate product comes with VARs, means DRM, region lock, DVD region code, Blu-ray region code, restricting illegitimate use, backups, usage on devices or different vendors. Online usage comes with non-skippable advertisements and anti-piracy disclaimers, which are removed from under the product, making it more desirable for the end user. Shopping experience. No eligible sellers provided the product with required quality of online distribution and through a shopping system with the required level of user-friendliness. Authority. Downloading works does not require identification, whereas downloads directly from the website of the copyright owner of the valid email address or other credentials. Freedom of information, opposing to copyright law in general. Sometimes only partial compliance with license agreements is the cause. For example, in 2013, the U.S. Army settled a lawsuit with Texas-based company Prissy, which makes software that allows the Army to track their soldiers in real time. In 2004, the U.S. Army paid the company a total of $5.5 million for a license of 500 users while allegedly installing the software for more than 10 users. The case was settled for $50 million. The major anti-piracy organization like BSA conduct software license audits, regularly issue complaints. Kara is the director of film, Tribeca Film Festival stay in April 2014. Piracy is less about people not wanting to pay more and just wanting the business thing. I want to watch Spider-Man now and downloading it. Sting occurred during the year of the festival, used the internet to present its content. While it was the first year and it featured a showcase of content producers who worked exclusively online. Xana further explained that the downloading behaviors merely conducted by people who want obtain content for free. In response to Xamano's perspective, Screen Producers Australia executive director Matt Diener clarified the motivation of film industry distributors wanting to process encourage cinema going as part of the process of monetizing through returns and restricting the merited process online as to encourage the maximum number of people to go to cinema. Diener further explained the matter in terms of Australian film industry, stating there's currently restrictions on quantities of tech support that a film can receive less unless the film has their traditional cinema release. A study published in Journey of Behavioral and Experiment Comics, and reported on in early May 2014. Researchers from the University of Portsmouth in the UK discussed findings of some illegal downloading behavior of 6,000 Finnish people aged 7 to 84. The list of reasons of downloading given the study responses include morning setting, the ability to access the material on the general release or before it was released, assisting artists to avoid involvement with the record companies and the movie studios. In a public talk between Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Bernie Snyder at the University of Washington in 1998, Bill Gates commented on piracy as the mean to end, whereby people who use Microsoft software legally will eventually pay for it. Out of familiarity, as the company and comedy develops legitimate products and become more affordable to business and consumers. In media piracy and emerging economies, the first independent communist study of media piracy focused on Brazil, India, Russia, South Africa, Mexico, Turkey, and Bolivia. High prices for media goods, low incomes, and cheap digital technologies are chief factors that lead to global spread of media piracy, especially in emerging markets. According to the study, even though the digital piracy inflicts the additional costs on production side of media, it also offers the main access to media goods in developing countries. Strong trade-offs then favor using digital piracy in developing economies, dictate the content, neglected law enforcement of digital piracy. In China, as of 2013, the issue of digital infringement has not merely been illegal, but social and originating from high demand for cheap and affordable goods as well in the governmental connections of business and it produce such goods. There have been instances where a country government bans a movie, resulting in the spread of copied videos and DVDs. Romanian-born documentary maker Elanca Carrera wrote a New York Times article telling the story of America Niscor, narrator of TV under Nicolae Ceausescu's regime. A visitor from West gave her bootlegged copies of American movies, which she dubbed for secret viewings to Romania. According to the article, she dubbed more than 3,000 movies and became the country's most famous voice actor after Ceausescu, even though no one knew her name until many years later. Let's go talk for a little while. Okay, let's go talk about for Will. So we're gonna say that we're gonna have to say that we're gonna say that there's many protests happening because of copyright infringement of their favorite stuff. So then we're gonna say that there's many protests found in there. So there'll be many protests. And we're gonna watch some videos about this, about some protests in Fismily. So we're gonna watch some videos in this other cases. Protest about copyright infringement. So we're gonna talk about those Black Lives Matter protests around the world. and see how copyright laws. So we're gonna watch some protests, which will paddle the length of my screen. Exactly. We're about to watch it. So get ready to watch it. So let's get ready to watch that video. And then we're gonna continue reading these articles. So let's go. continue after so. And unauthorized copying. For example, Major Motion Picture Corporation (MGM) Studios filed a suit against P2P file sharing devices Grokster and Streamcast for their conjurer role in copyright infringement. In 2005, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of MGM, holding that such copyright services could be held liable for copyright infringement since they functioned and indeed copyright in movies. The MGM versus Grokster case did not overturn earlier Sony versus Universal City Studios decision, but rather clouded the legal waters. Feature designers of copyright of software compatible being used for copyright infringement warranted were warned. In the United States, the copyright term has been extended many times over, which the original term of 14 years to a single renewal allowance of 14 years, to the current term of life of author plus 70 years. If the work was produced under corporate authorship, it may last 120 years after creation or 95 years after the publication. However, it's sooner. Article 50 of Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights (TRIPS) requires that signatory countries enable courts to remedy copyright infringement with inclinations and destruction of infringing copyright products and award damages. Some justices only allow actual provable damages, and some, like the U.S., allow for large statutory damage awards intended to deter what will be infringers and allow for compensation for situations where actual damages are difficult to prove. In some jurisdictions, copyright or the right to enforce it can be contractually assigned to a third party which do not have a role in producing the work. When this outsourced litigator appears to no intention of taking any copyright infringement cases to trial, but rather takes them just far enough through the legal system to identify exacted settlements from suspected infringers. Critics refer to party as copyright troll. Such practices have mixed results in the US. So then, possible copyright infringement were the reasons why Uberduck removed the voices. So we'll come back after break. Bye. Hello, guys. I come back. Now let's go continue reading, everybody. In the United States, willful copyright infringement carries some fine of 150 per 50 million per instance. Article 61 of Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Indian Rights Trips requires that signatory countries establish a criminal procedures and penalties cases of willful trademark counterfeiting, or copyright piracy on a commercial scale. Copyright holders demanded that provide state criminal sketches for all types of copyright infringement. The first criminal provision in U.S. copyright law was added in 1897, which established a misdemeanor penalty for unlawful performances and representations of copyright dramatic and musical compositions. If the violation have been willful or perfect, criminal copyright infringement requires the infringer acted for the purpose of commercial advantage or financial gain. 17 U.S.C. 506. To establish criminal liability, the prosecutor must show the basic elements of copyright infringement: ownership of a valid copyright and violation of one or more of the copyright holder's exclusive rights. The government has been established that defendant will fully infringe, or other words, persist is necessary mens rea. Their infringement was a very low threshold in terms of numbers copies of valid and infringed works. The ACTA trade agreement signed in May 2011 by the United States, Japan, and the UA, the European Union, requires that parties add criminal penalties, including incarnation and fines for copyright trademark infringement, and obliged parties to stay actively police for infringement. United States Mega 871 of sub 535. 1994 was the case decided by United States District Court for a District of Massachusetts, which ruled that under copyright and cybercrime laws effective at the time, committing copyright infringement for non commercial motives that wouldn't not be prosecuted under criminal law. The ruling give rise to what became known as the Makachea loophole, wherein criminal charges of fraud or copyright infringement would be dismissed under illegal standards, so long as there's no profit for motive involved. The United States No Electronic Theft Act, net effect, was a federal law passed in 1997. In response to Magdalena, provides for criminal persecution of individuals who engage in copyright infringement under certain circumstances, even when there's no permanent profit or commercial benefit from the infringement. Maximum penalties can be 5 years in prison and up to 250 in fines. The net act also raised statutory damages by 50%. The court's ruling explicitly drew attention to the shortcomings of current law that allow people to face mass infringement, copyright infringement, while being immune to prosecution under the copyright law. Proposed laws such as Stop Online Piracy Act broaden the definition of willful infringement and introduced a felony charges for unauthorized media streaming. These bills are aimed towards defeating streaming. These bills are aimed towards defeating websites that carry or contain links to infringement content, or have raised concerns about domestic abuse and internet censorship. Let's go say that you should be fine. Anyways, share this post if you know that. Share this post and share it if you know that. If you are against the law. So share that post if you are against it and hate copyright laws. So yeah. Let's go continue copyright. To extend copyright law in some countries permits downloading in copyright protected content for personal non-commercial use. Examples include Canada and European Union, member states like Poland. The personal copying exception, the copyright law of European Union member states stems from Information Society of 2001, which greatly devised allow your members to allows allows members to enact laws sectioning making copies without authorization as long as they are personal, non-commercial use. The directive was not intended to legalize my file sharing, rather than rather the common practice of space shifting copyright protected from illegally purchased CD, for example, to kinds of devices and media. So let's go see that. So yeah, okay. We're gonna explain some more six another hours. Exactly. Not trying to be mean, but we're against the copyright system. So Canada that such as to copying purpose storage devices like computer hard drives, portable media players, and phones which no livers are collected, has been subject of debate and further efforts to reform copyright law. In some countries, the personal copying exemption explicitly requires the content being copied be obtained legitimately from the authorized sources, not sharing file sharing networks. In April 2014, the Court of Justice of the European Union ruled that national legislation makes no distinction between a private copies made from lawful sources and those who made counterfeit or pirated sources cannot be tolerated. Although downloading or other private copying is sometimes permitted, public distribution by uploading or otherwise other offering to share copyrighted content remains illegal in most, if not all, countries. For example, in Canada, although it's once illegal to download any copyright file as long it's once illegal to download any copyrighted file as long it was for non-commercial use. It was still illegal to distribute the copyright files by uploading them to a P2P network. Relax penalties. Some countries like Canada and Germany have permitted limited penalties for non-copyrighted copyright infringement. For example, Germany has passed a bill to limit the fine of individuals of sharing movies and series to 800 to 900. Canada's Copyright Modernization Act claims that statutory damages for non-commercial copyright infringement are capped at 5,000. But this only applies to copies that have been made by breaking of digital law. However, this applies to bootleg distribution and not commercial use. Title 1 of the USDMCA and WIPO copyright and performance and programs treaties as provisions that prevent persons from circumventing a technical measure that effectively controls access to work. Thus, if a distributor of copyrighted works has some kind of software, dongle, or password access device are installed in instances of work, any attempt to bypass such a protection may be actionable. Although the U.S. office is currently reviewing a anti-circumvention rulemaking under DMCA. Anti-circumvention exemptions have been in place under DMCA include those in software designed to filter websites that seem into child safety and public library websites filter software, and the circumvention of copyright copy protection mechanisms that have malfunctioned have caused instances of work to support incredible which are no longer supported by their manufacturers. According to Abbey House Media Inc. versus Apple Inc. is a legal point to users during stripping service to inform how to use it because lack of evidence that dearming stripping leads to copyright infringement. Whenever intermediaries are liable for copyright infringement by their users, subject of debate in court cases of in a number of countries. Internet intermediaries were formerly understood to be Internet Service Providers, ISPs. However, questions of liability has emerged in relation to other Internet intermediaries, including Internet backbone providers, cable companies, and mobile communications providers. In addition, the intermediaries is now understood to internet portals and internet providers providing virtual information such as interactive forms, comments, and felicities, or without a moderation system. Alligators of such kinds, such as news areas, university libraries, archives, web search engines, chat rooms, web blogs, mailing lists, and any website which provides access to third-party content. So, for example, hyperlinks, a crucial element of World Wide Web. Early court cases focused on availability of internet service providers SIPs for hosting, transmitting, or publishing users supplied content that would be action under civil or criminal law, such as libel or pornography. Different content is considered different legal styles, and an absence of common definitions for SCPs, bulletin boards, or online publishers. Early law determined that use liability varied in one country to country. So let's go say that we should do this. We're gonna possibly play something. You know what? We're gonna watch my rant. So we're gonna plan on watching Rants. So let's go watch some Rant. So then, I'm going to watch my rant. and how I react to swearing. So here's my third episode of the rain. So let's go. Exactly. How it is doing this. Anyways, let's go show you some clips. Some sort of clips. We're gonna watch our rant though and see how much I can react. Let's go find my rant. Uh, where is it? So, let's go watch some of my rants. Time to do this. And how much I can react. So, so I'm going to listen to some songs. Now it's time to do it. Why not? Let's go do it. I'm going to do it. And let's see. Well, it's time to do it. So let's go listen to you singing my song. Let's go listen to that song. Well, let's go do this. Let's go listen to me singing it. and times I had with it. I entirely spent 22 days making this, and I finished it in less than a month. That was very fast. You might finish a project in less than a month if you worked on it every day. Here comes. If you wanna know, if you like to know, this is mine. This is mine. On this song, if you like to say something, if you wanna know, if you want to do so, if you wanna know, if you don't so, for I so love you. If you wanna watch me, if you wanna, it's all. If you know, it's so if you wanna, if you like to know, it's so it's so. If you like to know, if you so wanna know, if you love to know, it's perfect. If so you like to know, yeah, so you know that. If you wanna know, guitar basses. Drums amazing. That's absolutely great way to make a song. If you want that, yeah, that's the music. That's what you. If you want to get me, I want to dance. If you wanna know that. You wanna, the stories in the world is so absolutely amazing. As you know, see a freak. If you wanna know, if you like to see a girlfriend, you wanna, if you mention your girlfriend, what she would like to do. If you wanna know that, it's you. If you wanna know, if you would like to know, if you would like to say, as you. If you want to say that, just so better than the other one. Yeah. So we have some minutes left until it's over, everybody. You can leave when it's over. If you like. We have seconds left until it ends. Yeah. If you wanna know. So, there was amazing singing. So that was amazing. So then, Uberduck has been one of those things. Exactly. We'll see you along. Ha! I tricked you. It's ending? No, it's gonna keep up. I tricked you. Ha ha. So, since then, Uberduck has been one of those websites with a lot of voices to choose on. So exactly. So then, if you want to see that, well, I felt like I'm going to do this. I feel like I'm gonna do this. I'll put you a background song and you'll enjoy it. You're gonna love that. So enjoy my songs. So let's go do it. Let's see. Well, I was waiting for it. This is my feet. This is my feet. Well, this is my fingers. Well, it's toes. This is my bare feet. Well, that's my actual feet. This is my feet. Yeah. Well, this is my feet. Yes, it is. This is my feet. I know. Well, this is my feet. This is my feet. This is my feet. I have this. Toes or fingers. They function perfectly. They are feet. I know. They function very well. They do things and they are used for walking. They are used for walking. They're used for walking. They were used for walking. Well, This is my feet. This is my bare feet. I wear shoe size 9. My feet is inches long. My shoe size is 9. My feet is 22 centimeters long. This is my feet. Its shoe size is 9. It is 22 centimeters long. This is my feet. It is 22 centimeters long. I love feet. Yeah, I love feet. Yeah, I showed it every day. Have Christmas. Yeah, I crazy with my feet. Yeah, I love my own feet. They're used for walking. I walk with my feet. I use my feet to walk it. Yeah, and when your height increases, my feet grows it to the size I predicted. Our shoe size are tight. My shoes is tight when I grow. It comes to when I grow. Yeah, I know. I love it. This is my feet. This is my toes. This is my feet. This is my arms. I used it for walking. I wear feet. This is my feet. I use it for walking. I have a feet. This is used for walking. I have a feet. This is used for walking. I have it. I used it for walking. I love my feet. I use it for running too. I love my feet. It has amazing sizes. Our feet comes in different sizes. Shoes. It used for walking. My feet is 22 centimeters long. My feet is shoe size is 9. Bye. Hold on. I got something better. I have some more better stuff. I'll get it. I have something better. Okay, I got better. I got something better for you. I got something better than that. So you'll enjoy it. So you're gonna enjoy this song when you listen it while doing nothing. So you'll love it. Well, it's time to go crazy. Mm,